Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video. So this video is going to be all about, the tips and tricks that I use to score in the 97th percentile overall on the TEAS Math Section. So if you're curious on what the TEAS is all about, it is a test of essential academic skills that a lot of pre-nursing students will have to take prior to getting into a nursing program. So I want to just jump right into it with my number one tip, and that would be to purchase a study guide. And specifically, one that I recommend would be the ATI TEAS Secrets Biometrics, which you can get off of Amazon for around $30. And this is a study guide for the overall TEAS test. So this is practically the only thing that I used. And if you take this study guide seriously and go through it like word by word until you have the majority of it down, I do not see you not scoring well on your TEAS test. So tip number 2 would be to give yourself adequate time to prepare for the test. I would look into the school you're trying to apply to, when their applications are due, so you can plan accordingly and make a study a schedule and stick to it to the best of your ability. Give yourself the time that you deserve to score well. Do not think that you'll be able to just jump into this test and just score extremely well. So my third tip would be to take the practice tests that the study guide has. There are 3 of them, so take them very seriously. While you're taking the actual exam, each section is timed. So you're gonna want to take the math section, prepare for it as if you're taking the real thing. So if you have 54 minutes, make sure you can complete those 36 questions within that time frame. And another pretty big tip I would consider would be going back to any problem that you obviously missed, fully understand and grasp those. But more importantly, to go back to the ones that you took, educated guesses on. You may have an idea of how to get the right problem, but make sure you know how to, solve those problems properly so you don't get tripped up during your actual exam. So tip number 4, I had 3 fingers up. Tip number 4 would be to give you guys some things to look out for. So I would definitely make sure you know how to convert a decimal into a fraction, understand how to put fractions from least to greatest, your order of operations while you're doing equations. Make sure you understand graphs and plots. And another thing that is something you just have to make flashcards for and truly memorize are going to be your surface area, perimeter type questions, because there are going to be a few on there and you don't know exactly which ones you're going to be asked. And then lastly would be know your conversions. For instance, how many feet are in a mile, how many pounds are in a kilogram, how many ounces are in a pint or gallon or anything along those lines. So make sure you know as many conversions as you possibly can, because you're going to have some questions on there. They're not going to give you all the information that you need. You're going to need to know some of these conversions. And again, you don't know which ones they're going to ask you, but keep in mind that you may be able to find your way around with knowing most of the conversions, because you'll be able to narrow it down. It might take you an extra step, but if you know a certain type of conversion, it might not be the exact right, the easiest way to go about it, but you should be able to work your way to the right answer. It just may take an extra step. And lastly, I would recommend this app. I used it. I thought it was pretty good. It's called the ATI TEAS Pocket Prep. I think it's about $28, and it has I think like over 2,000 questions for the overall TEAS, and you can break down tests from questions from 1 to 100 on specific areas on each of the sections. For instance, math could be fractions and equations or graphs or anything along those lines. So you could do like 15 questions in the morning and just knock them out. And any question that you get wrong, you can kind of go back to your study guide and be like, okay, this is the type of problem, and where did I go wrong? And how can I solve this problem correctly the next time until you get those down? So I would recommend the study guide and the ATI TEAS Pocket Prep, because you can carry your phone around, wherever you go anyway. So while you're just waiting around in line somewhere, just walking around, you can just go in there and start knocking out some questions. All right, everyone, the 5th and final tip would be to utilize your resources. There are so many different things that we have access to in this day and age. For example, the internet just has so many great capabilities. If you're going through your study guide and reading it and the examples just aren't getting you to where you need to be, I would recommend jumping on YouTube or Googling, where you're having issues with. And there are so many great tutorials, there's so many professors and just so many people out there that want to help you learn and get you to that next step. So again, just utilize your resources. And that wraps up my video. I know there weren't exactly specific examples of, how to solve certain problems, but if that's something that you would like to see, just comment below, or I'll link my email if you have like specific questions on, you're struggling with this or anything like that, and I will do my best to get back to you as soon as possible with like how to solve those problems, or point you in the right direction. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you guys did, please like and subscribe for more content. If you guys don't already know, I am starting a nursing journey. I got accepted into nursing school, and I will be starting in the spring. So I would be prepared to see more videos that are more educational about the things I'm learning, and just everything that goes into nursing school.